In my home state of Massachusetts, hockey is king. Whether it's the Bruins, the Beanpot, the Hockey East Championship, or the Super 8, we just can't get enough of it. Massachusetts has one of the best high school hockey scenes in the country, with many players going on to play NCAA and professional hockey. Every kid dreams of playing at the Garden, scoring the winning goal for your private or public high school, lifting the plaque with the outline of the Bay State on it, celebrating with hundreds of your classmates. But what happens to those kids that don't make the team? Where do they go? I was one of those kids. When I got cut from high school hockey, I thought my dream was dead. I'd never make it to the Garden. Hockey was finished. But when I was sulking in algebra the morning after tryouts, I got an email from my dad. Hey kid, I signed you up for this Winter Midget League. Don't worry about getting cut. Jake DeBrusk didn't score his first hockey goal until he was 8 years old. At first I was mad. I was pissed my dad signed me up without consulting me. But then I remembered it was hockey. It was what I loved. And that email sent me on the craziest ride of my life. And this is the story of just that. Midget hockey is quite different from high school hockey. It's a way worse level of play than high school. The league consists of kids who are deemed not good enough for varsity by coaches across the state. Midget hockey is also less organized. You have one practice a week and 1 or 2 games on the weekend. In high school, you practice almost every day and have 2 or 3 games a week. In high school, you compete for a state championship. In midget hockey, you compete for a tiny plastic trophy and bragging rights. It's hard to put into words why midget hockey is so great, so I consulted 4 of my former teammates to help me do so.
I'm Tyler. I was number 4, and I was on the team all 4 years of high school.
I'm Eden Lowell. I was a goalie. I only played for 1 year.
I'm Aiden Foley, award number 19, award number 6 for the midgets, and I played 3 years.
This is Ben Ashworth, I wore number 7. I played for the midgets for 4 years.
How did you get into hockey?
I got into hockey, so I moved to Andover when I was 5 years old, and one of my neighbors was a big hockey player, and I just went over there like basically every day, and we would play street hockey a bunch, and I really liked it, so my dad got me on the ice, and ever since then I just kept playing.
I started playing hockey in 5th grade because I watched the Bruins win the Stanley Cup in 2011 and fell in love with it ever since.
I started playing hockey in 4th grade. My dad sort of showed me the game, and he played when he was younger, so he kind of influenced me to try it.
I just remember my dad used to take me to the free skates when I was like 2 or 3, and then signed me up for a hockey league, and I just played ever since I was like 4 or 5.
A favorite memory as a midget?
I think I gotta go Paul's goal.
Go to the front! Go to the front, man! Yeah!
Just because the entire year everybody was just waiting for Paul to be able to do something, and then that one goal was just such a crazy moment, and everybody lost it, and it was so awesome.
Probably my favorite memory as a midget was watching Eamon score the overtime goal sophomore year. It was an absolutely electric moment. I mean, just really started the whole path to greatness for the boys.
I would say probably when McLean got hit knee to knee and his career got ended, then he got up and scored the OT winning goal after.
What about being on the midgets makes the team so special?
It's just the culture. It's just such a good community. It's just a bunch of guys that love playing hockey together, and it's just so much fun being there and being out on the ice with everyone.
Who's your favorite teammate to play with?
That's a tough answer. I mean, so I'm a goalie, so I love my defenseman. And I don't think there's any question you gotta go best defenseman with Jack Shannon.
Honestly, I like playing with everybody, but I gotta shout out to Jack Shannon because he was my D partner. He was my D partner all senior year, and D partners stay together. So.
How would you describe midget hockey as a whole compared to, say, like select or high school?
It's way more inclusive. Like, off the ice, the boys are the boys. You know what I mean? Everyone hangs out off the ice. We have group chats. We play floor hockey together. We do all these things. We're more of an inclusive team because we were winning. We were 15-1, bro. Like, we were winning like the whole year. We didn't need to like have cuts or certain people play less playing time. So it was just a big community rather than like a competitive sport.
So high school hockey, there's a lot of pressures. I mean, they get way more respect than us because they're significantly better than we were. But, with the midgets, I mean, it's just a sense of home. You show up there, after a tough Algebra 2 test, and, I mean, you're just kicking it with the boys, skating around, having a full ice scrimmage for an hour. I mean, can't get any better than that.
How would you describe your overall emotions of being crowned a champion while not getting to compete in the playoffs?
Man, I mean, was definitely heartbreaking knowing the season was ending because we were right on track. We had that chip in the bag, but I mean, getting the hats, getting it by default, it was okay, but everybody wants to be out there during a championship game, feeling those moments, feeling that excitement.
So COVID-19 during the midget season was definitely heart-wrenching. I mean, getting the call that, our season was over was, it struck me in my core. It hit me in a place I'd never been before, and I was destroyed for a couple of days. Locked myself in my room, but they said they were giving us the championship because we finished in the first seed, and that was pretty electric. The hats are sick, but I really wish we could have had that last playoff run.
It's just a tough break. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. Every youth program got cut across the whole country, but it's just we're in first place. We won the championship, but it's just not how we wanted it to happen.
In the end, midget hockey was an incredible 3 years of my life and something I miss every day. I made so many friends through this incredible team and sport, and as my teammates said, there's nothing quite like the Andover Midgets locker room. Winning 3 championships in 3 years was incredible, and probably the thing I'm most proud of from my high school career. The lesson here is that the system in Massachusetts tells you there's only one way to succeed in hockey in our state, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. Never quit playing the sport you love, even if someone tells you you're not good enough. AM forever.